Hey, it's Joseph here. Today we are looking at this monitor over here, one from Sceptre. They have sent me this unit for this type of video making, and it is a very popular 24-inch LED monitor that doesn't necessarily have a lot of highlights, but pretty much ticks all the boxes that I would want for productivity slash business type of monitor. And as you can see, it shows you a nice picture of productivity type of work. Also says narrow bezel design, ultra slim design. So yeah, it is very thin all around. And then 2 HDMI ports with compatible blue light shift. Not sure what that means, but also audio. And going around on the side, it also does tell you the exact model number. E248W-19203RT is a model number. And on this side of the box, it also states that it is 75 Hertz screen with 2 HDMI again. And going around to the side of the box, here it says 24-inch LED monitor, ultra slim Pro series, and 2 HDMI ports here, VGA port with audio in, and then audio out port with DC power in, and then 23.8 diagonal viewable, and then 1920 by 1080 high resolution, basically saying full HD 1080p monitor, and then 75 Hertz refresh rate, adaptive sync supported, and then VESA standard wall mountable, meaning you can actually mount this onto different type of monitor arms, which is needed for business and productivity type of purposes, which is what I do. And then slim bezel with thin chassis, built-in speaker. So that is a good feature. Often they're not really good quality, but yeah, having one is nice because you can at least hear something. And HDMI, VGA, audio in and out ports. Good. So let's have this open so you guys could have a look at what this monitor is like. I'm not actually expecting killer features out of this monitor because I don't think people who's buying this monitor will be looking for that type of features anyways. It is more for productivity and making sure that you can get your work done on this monitor. So that's what I will be focusing on. Okay, I hope I'm opening it on the right side. Maybe not. Okay, so the internal contents are laid out like this. Yeah, on the box itself, it does tell you this is the front, so I guess you kind of lay it out like this. I apologize. So it's white on white. It's very hard to see on the camera. So let me just change the exposure so you guys could see it. So over here is the bottom plate for the monitor. Let's lay that out over there. And then the user manual. Interesting, it includes a screwdriver. Okay. And then the standoffs for the VESA mounting stuff. So I'll set that aside. I don't think I will need it, but I guess you could use it. So a couple of screws, and then the manual if you want to have a look, and then the HDMI cable if you want to go HDMI to HDMI, and then here is the power brick. You'll need that to power your monitor, and then here is the actual arm of the monitor. So this somehow mounts onto this feet, and I need to remember how to undo this too. Okay. So I guess you just kind of do that and twist and just snapped in. And I guess you could release it with this lever that's underside of the plate. It's a plastic, but it does have grippy feet so that it doesn't slide around. It'll get the job done. We've got the monitor itself nicely packed in. And somehow we need to mount this to monitor stand, and I think the way it goes is by doing this. We're not reading the manual since I don't like reading manual. I like figuring things out, doing it the hard way. And we're gonna somehow use this screwdriver one-handedly on camera, embarrassing myself, somewhat making sure that I don't really break things. But I think you're meant to push this in. Not too hard since you don't want to push down on the panel, but yeah, the screw is biting. Okay, that's snug in there. But if you wanted to mount this onto any of the monitor arms that you have, then you would use this standoff and basically install onto these 4 holes and then mount onto your VESA mount heads. And I guess I'll just kind of put this in so you guys could see it too. So yeah, these 4 points, and I think they are either 90 mil or 100 mil. Usually 90 mil for this monitor size, and I'm wrong. It is 100 mil. So 100 mil square VESA mount. Just make sure that your monitor arms are compatible with it. So yeah, that is possible. Let me just take that out. But on the back, it is quite simple. It just says Sceptre. Your coworker will be staring at the back of your monitor most of the time, so they'll be looking at that. And here are some buttons for navigation. Menu, up, down, S, I think, source, and then power button. And then 2 grills on the either side for speakers. And then here is a color coded, very nice. Shows the 2 HDMI ports, 1 VGA, audio in, audio out, and then power. It is not really heavy monitor either, so you wouldn't have much problem mounting this onto different type of monitor arms, and it wouldn't be as wobbly, because some heavy monitors tend to wobble a lot because they're so top heavy. But yeah, because this is kind of light monitor, it's not going to be a big issue. All right, let's get the desk a little bit cleaned up and then connect this monitor. And I need to use this included HDMI cable. Okay, let's go ahead and connect the power. And just to kind of mention, this does not use the regular power cable. It does have the DC brick, which has the output of 12 volt and 2.5 amperes. So this is 30 watt DC adapter, and then I'll just connect that to the panel. So there is a plastic film that's on the front of the panel, held by these 2 plastics. Okay, and then connect the HDMI cable. So on the back, you want to connect the HDMI cable onto the one of the yellow ports, and then HDMI into whatever the machine that you're trying to connect to. In my case, I'm gonna connect to my laptop's USB-C dongle. So I have a little dongle that goes from HDMI to USB-C, so it connects to my laptop over here. And then there is a button on this corner at the very far bottom that I just need to press to turn on the monitor. And once I do, the Sceptre logo shows up, and then it says it has been connected. Alright, so it is currently mirroring my screen onto the monitor. So I'm just gonna go to display settings. And mind you, I'm actually running Windows 11 on my laptop, testing things out. So I need to change the resolution from 1920 and 1200, which is my laptop's 16 by 10 ratio, to 1920 by 1080. So once I change that, keep the changes so that everything is filled out to the corner. That is the native resolution for this monitor. And let me just kind of play some sort of video so that you guys could see the video quality and perhaps even test out the speaker of this monitor. Shelf over here, some boxes with some contents, and then here's some decoration or perhaps backdrop. So that shelf is one over there. Anyways, this is sort of the visual quality that you can expect. And obviously the camera won't do the justice, but the view range is very nice. I could even see all the images fine on the side like this. Obviously it would be better if you're just looking at it straight on, but as expected, the resolution is looking good. In terms of the color, it's it's quite hard to judge the overall color and everything based on what you are seeing through my camera. I wouldn't necessarily say it is most color accurate. Again, we're not trying to depict the best color representation and color gamut for this monitor. We're just making sure that this ticks all the boxes for productivity and business purposes, and I think it does. And in terms of the built-in speaker, yeah, it wasn't sounding all that well. It was buzzing quite a lot too. Yeah, I don't think you want to listen to a lot of music with this speaker, but if you connect this monitor with a desktop, then yeah, you might not even have any sort of speaker. So being able to listen to someone on a conference call and such, you can at least make out what they are talking about. And in terms of the menu, press a button to activate it, and then you can go through a couple of settings. Let's have a look at the system. So overdrive is medium, adaptive sync is off, OSD position, timer, transparency, volume is 50%, so you could even make it louder or mute it completely. And then if I were to go up one and then go to color, let's see what kind of options we got. You can either change different RGB values of the monitor or have some sort of tint, or you can turn on the blue light shift if you're concerned about the blue lights. And then if I were to go up, picture, here there are different type of presets. You can choose RTS, FPS, eco mode, movie mode, user mode. So I guess you can choose different type of color profile. I'm just gonna resort to the standard, and then DCR is off, aspect ratio is full, sharpness is 50%. So I'm pretty much using the bog standard type of settings here. And then if I were to go out again, quick start, let's see what that is. Yeah, so here are all the settings that we just looked through. So those are what's available in terms of the settings, and I suppose you can change the volume this way by just pressing up and down, and then you can cycle through different type of source as well. Currently I'm using HDMI 2, and you can turn it on and off like this. Okay, so currently I'm searching for Sceptre E248W19203RT, which was the model name for this monitor, and I had to lower down the brightness of the monitor so that you guys could see what is going on, and I searched that on Amazon. So this one is currently going for $140. Yeah, a monitor for $140 and 24 inches. I think it is a very good budget, economical type of monitor that's gonna get the job done. Yeah, it's a pretty good looking monitor. I wouldn't mind using it for my regular type of work. And here, overall grayness of the monitor is not necessarily the easiest to represent. So as you can see, there are some backlight bleeding at the bottom edge, and if you're the type of person who's really bothered by that kind of thing, this might be an issue for you. However, this does tick all the boxes for 75 Hz, 1080p, and it's got built-in speakers even, and it allows you to have all the connection with HDMI, 2 of them, and also it is costing only $140. Oh, and I actually forgot about this. There's a Kensington lock if you want to lock up your monitor too. Okay, I think that is it for today, showcasing Sceptre's 24-inch monitor that's pretty well priced and having all the features that you need for day-to-day business. And if you're the type of person who doesn't need performance monitor that's the most color accurate type of things, you don't want to waste your money, then yeah, you could certainly use something like this. If you have liked this content, please like this video and consider subscribing to my channel to continue watching these type of videos. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I'll see you next time. Bye.